What's up, everybody? Welcome to the James Taylor Jr. podcast. And I'm excited. I told y'all I was bringing her back. It's about to get spicy today. We are at the James Taylor Jr. podcast. I'm your host, James Taylor Jr. I'm here with the lovely Tiffani Hall. Shout out to her. I'm about to help and guide her through her understanding of relationships. I think she's a little lost in the sauce. But today we're going to talk about some topics. And listen, let me read these questions off just a little bit so we get a little understanding. Dating today, what does it look like? I think it's trash. We're going to talk about abstinence. We have totally two different views on that.
We do.
And then, can married people give advice to singles? That may seem like yes, but a lot of singles would say no. So let's start out with dating today.
Okay.
All right, because you have siblings who are single, right?
Yes.
I have siblings who are singles and whores, and they need deliverance. I have some who are abstinent, like keep themselves together. But let's just talk about dating today. What do you think about it?
What do you mean? What I think about it?
What do you think about it? You married, but you got friends, you got girlfriends. Women talk more than men do about relationships.
But what about it? What are you asking me? Like, what about it?
Can you have a healthy relationship today?
Yes.
Is it more difficult than before?
I don't think it's more difficult. I just think people are different in their thought process. You know, the way they think.
Yeah.
Is totally different now.
Yeah. A lot of low brain cells. Yeah.
A lot of what?
Low brain cells.
No, I disagree with that.
I know you do.
I totally disagree.
But I'm out in these streets. It's a lot of.
I was out there up until 5 years ago. Well, I was maybe 7 years ago. So I was out there.
You got the number of completion. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. This is what I'm saying. I think if you're under 35, you are delulu about your expectations.
What do you mean?
He got to make 6 figures. He got to be 6 feet, right? And then he has to take care of you without even knowing you very well. Like they just did the food list. Let's just talk about the food list. You can't go to Cheesecake Factory now. That's like
I know that was foolishness.
I know it was foolishness, but that's the conversation we have. And everything that's on social media right now is very surface driven. Okay. And when people go out in real life, they don't know how to have a conversation because this is their real relationship. You can go on a date and somebody be sitting on the phone the whole time. I'm a gentleman. I pay and walk out. Yeah, you do that to me. You on your phone more than 10 minutes. Check, please. And I'm going to say, enjoy yourself. Have a full meal. Oh, you going to take me home? I'm going to give you Uber. I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to be very gentleman-like. But nah, I'm out. Because I know you don't care about me. You just care about the experience. And I think that's more of what people want. And men are just as delusional.
See, that's not all real life, though. That's like the social media stuff. I mean, that's not all real life. People are acting like that.
It's a lot.
People are on their phones a little too much. I will agree with that. Okay. But all that other extra stuff.
The good ones are gone, though.
No, there's some great ones out there. There's some great ones out there.
All right.
And I think
you really believe that there are a lot of healthy people for healthy relationships?
I do.
Okay.
Now, there's a flip side to that as well. I think there are a lot of people who need counseling, right? Who need a little therapy and to make them great. They're almost there. They just need a little counseling, a little therapy, and they can be great.
And I'm being very specific, 35 and under. I think 35 and under is, I don't got to deal with them, but I think they're crazy.
I don't think they're crazy.
I do. I think the men are just as worse. I think the men are worse because now they want to be proposed to. They want, oh yeah, you missing out. You missing out. They getting on bended knee now, recording it. Seeing a big old boy get proposed to. And he felt awkward. He looked awkward when he got proposed to.
Oh, well, then why do you think he wanted that?
I don't think he wanted it. I think she did it to put pressure on him. You got 5 cameras on you and somebody's proposing to you on bended knee.
That could go terribly wrong.
That's wrong. He could have bucked, but he didn't. He took the ring and everything.
Oh, he got a ring? Oh, okay.
I'm just saying.
Well.
But do you understand what I'm saying? And then a lot of men now have gotten to the place where, and this is not all, but a lot have gotten to the place where they want to be my little princess. They want to be taken care of like a woman wants to be taken care of, but still treated as a man. I know it's confusing but I get it now. What I mean by that is they want to be taken out
Mhm.
and they want somebody to be subservient to them. There are actually men who's like, well, women have done the whole been taken out all the time. Why can't a woman do that for me? I think they call it 50-50.
Oh.
Like in dating, they want 50-50. There are men who will go out with a woman and want them to split the bill. A man will invite a woman out, she will get there, and he will want her to split. Why your face so serious?
Well, does she know that she's going to
Sometimes
split
they
the
don't.
bill?
Sometimes they don't. I think it's weird.
I mean, I haven't experienced it, but I don't want to just say it's, something's wrong with it. I mean, if they have agreed to that, come on, James, if they have agreed to that, they've had a conversation and maybe they're going out as friends and they agree to it.
If you find a woman attractive and you ask her out on a date,
Okay, if it's a date,
you need to pay.
Now, what I believe is, and I hate to even say this, I agree with you. If you're asking the person out, then you should be paying.
Should you pay for every date every time you go out as a man?
My personal opinion?
Yeah.
No.
Mm. So you think you should treat sometimes?
I think if she wants to, she can. I think if maybe she's thinking, hey, I have a taste for seafood. Can we grab some seafood tonight? And if she wants to treat, she can.
I don't want to be with nobody like that.
You don't want her to treat you.
I don't mind being treated, but I don't want to do 50-50.
I didn't say 50-50, although I don't think anything's wrong with 50-50 if they've made a decision on it. I know we disagree in these areas. These are some of the areas we totally disagree in. But I think if people want to do 50-50, then they can do 50-50 if they choose to.
No, I'm not. Well, let me say it this way. I don't mind you. First of all, I don't want to do 50-50. I'm not going to compromise.
Well, you're not that guy.
Right. Here's the thing that I will say. If you want to treat, I'm fine with the treating. But I don't want to do 50-50 because I want to make sure that I'm able to always take care of what we're doing. Because it's my responsibility as a man. Now, that's old school. I know it's pride behind that.
But in dating?
Even in courting. If I can't do it when courting, what makes you think I can do it during marriage? If I can't make a meal.
But you're thinking about the future in dating, thinking about
and it's not just
you don't even know if this is the person.
I'm not thinking about her at that moment. I'm thinking about what I would do as a man when it comes to my character. I need to know that I can handle myself and take care of the bills if I'm with you. Because one day something may happen where you can't work and vice versa, but at least I'm prepared for that time. And I think what happens is a lot of men who are broke want women to go 50-50 because they can't afford it. And a lot of men want to go 50-50 because they want a woman to be able to help take care of them. Because what I have noticed with the younger generation of men, they'll get in a relationship, either live with that person, get married, and get lazy. Mm-hmm. I've seen more men in this season, more men in dirty tank tops sitting in the passenger seat, dropping women off to work, don't even get out the car to pump the gas, and sitting in the passenger seat with the chair leaning all the way back. And they're looking at you like, what you got a problem for? Don't be mad at me because I look stable and you ain't. But you see that a lot now. You don't see that a lot?
No. But I mean, I don't know.
You married.
Yeah. Well, no, it's just that I don't know if I don't know. But I will say this. James. I think relationships are different because people are different now. And what worked in the old days, I'm not sure it works today. And I'm not saying do away with all of that tradition, but we can make new traditions as well.
You're doing a lot of kumbaya for me. I don't think you're dealing with the reality of what's going on right now. If you have men, here's the thing that's weird. Women want to be modern, but want a man to be traditional.
Now, wait a minute. Okay, let me go back. Hold on. Before you even go to that subject, please, sir. Let me say this.
You get fired up.
Yeah, let me say this. Because you made it sound like I'm okay with her getting dropped off at work and he's dropping her off in her car going back to the house. That sounds like, and I didn't see the movie, but I heard about it, baby boy stuff, right? That sounds like that kind of stuff.
There are more baby boys.
All right. So no, I'm not okay with that. I would not want that for my daughter. Let me just be clear. I wouldn't accept that for myself. So I'm not okay with that. But I think a lot of times women, especially young women, they have not seen it, so they don't know what it's supposed to look like.
So here's the thing. Most baby girls, because if there's baby boys, there's baby girls, right? There are girls who know that they're attractive, so their looks tell them they should be cared for. Expensive trips, nice cars, and they say things like, I can have any man I want. And I want to tell them, you can get a lot of men to sleep with you. Probably buy you a meal. He'll fly you out, work you out, and then kick you out. And then you have a lot of baby boys where it's like, nah, let me enjoy that. I need a woman to do this for me. I need a woman to take care of me this way. And I'm talking specifically 35 and under. And what I have observed from watching my brothers, my cousins, and all them, and I come from a very large family. So I watch how they work. And culturally, it's two different worlds. Nigerian world, you come around our family, everybody like, hey, what you doing there? Like, what type of man are you? But when they get out of this world, it's different. And I will say this. There's even a difference between a man who grew up in Nigeria and an American Nigerian man. A Nigerian man that grew up in Nigeria is going to take care of his lady all the time, but he's going to be very selective.
Okay.
Where an American guy, he's going to play the field. He's Nigerian culture, Nigerian family, first generation, second generation, but he'll dip on you quick. Once you get too boosty, he out of there.
Oh, wow.
And I think what I'm realizing is that our culture as Americans, because I'm still American, even though my family is from Jamaica, Nigeria, that there is no commitment to trying to love somebody. There's only a commitment of what somebody can give you. And that scares me the most, because what winds up happening is you don't really get somebody to love you for who you are. You only get somebody to love you for what you can provide. So as soon as you lose what they want as a provision, you no longer have them in the relationship. Like we're older, where people are like, yo, we gonna ride together. We struggling, we gonna struggle together. We're gonna do it. And it wasn't always healthy. I will admit that, but there was a lot of good ones too. There was a lot of good ones. And I don't see that anymore. The younger generation don't go and say, man, I wonder what I can offer the person. It's guys like, what do you bring to the table? That dumb statement. And then a woman will come in and say, well, if you can't take care of me, I am the prize. No, you're not. You might be a refurbished package. Yeah.
A what?
A refurbished package.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. You're not a prize.
Wait. Hold on.
Let me finish.
Hold on. You're not going to call a woman a refurbished package.
I'm saying men and women.
Oh, okay.
Men and women can be a refurbished package. Let me tell you something. If you are a man or a woman, I need them to hear me this. If you sleep around all the time, and you want to talk about when you get with me, I'm the prize. No. Bobby, Ricky, and Mike had you. Sarah, Keena, Deborah had you. Like the us smashed you out as a man. Like you can't expect somebody to want you when you don't even know how to take care of yourself.
Why are you concerned about someone's past? You know, you and I have that issue. Why are you concerned?
No. That's not a past.
Bobby, Chrissy,
that's not a past.
Michael,
if I talk to you on Tuesday and you slept with Mike on Monday, and you tell me you're a prize, you're tripping.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about.
You're talking about their current situation.
Yes.
So we both agree. Hold on. I need some clarification on this, because sometimes, listen here.
Okay, go ahead.
The past is the past, and we all have one.
No. See, how long is this past?
Well,
now, come on now.
The past is yesterday.
Oh, heck no. Oh, heck no. Oh, heck no.
I can't resist.
That's crazy.
I can't resist.
If I need, you know how you talk about the 6 months before you get in another relationship? I need you to have 6 months of clean living. I need to see your my chart. Yes. I need to see your blood work. I don't want to be with somebody who has jumped from one boyfriend this month, this boyfriend this month. That's not past to me. That's what you call habitual habit, that you constantly keep sleeping with certain people. Men do it too. It's like a man saying, man, I want to find a wife, but you keep sleeping around. You're not going to find a wife. Don't judge me. That's my past. It's only been 3 days. It's only you just came in the barbershop. Last week you was talking about all the shorties you was blowing their back out. Now you're in the barbershop talking about you want a wife. I'm looking at you like it's gonna take longer than that. You need a season of cleaning yourself up and getting yourself together. And you are mama bear. You want everybody to be forgiven and loved and all that. And I'm the logic bear. I want to look at your my chart. I want to look at how many. If you tell me you're a different person and you are ready to settle down to be in a relationship, what's the time frame? See, you don't never answer that question. What's the time frame?
I don't think it's a time frame. I think each individual person, is going to be unique according to that person.
Did you not tell me 6 months for my situation, which is unique?
But that was different.
No. All right.
You have been with someone, and listen, you've been with someone 19 years and 5 months. Come on,
Tiff. Let me ask you.
That was different.
That's fine. Okay. A young lady or a young man come to you. You know them. I want you to take off the shepherding and loving church and God and all that, because we love the Lord. We ain't taking away from none of that. But let's ask the question. If somebody comes to you, they've been having a whorish way, and they're talking about, yeah, I'm about to talk to this young man or young lady who's a good person. You gonna be cool with that? You got to think of.
Well, I do. Let me tell you why. Because that person, I'm okay with that if they can get some counseling, if they can get some therapy.
How long?
How long what?
They can talk right now?
No, I'm saying if
he or she just finished smashing somebody on Tuesday. They meet them on Sunday. Now, Sarah been tricking for a while. Tom ain't been doing that. Or Tom been tricking for a while, and Sarah ain't doing that. You said they could come together that Sunday and build on something?
No, I'm saying that before he even approaches her, especially if he thinks that she's the one and she's, he needs some therapy, some counseling to help him get in a better mental disposition so that he can approach her.
America, you know that she ain't giving me a time frame.
No, listen.
There should be a time frame. I'm gonna say what she won't say. You need at least 6 months to a year. You need to have a season of being by yourself and cleaning up your ways before you get with somebody who's established and stable. Before you get with somebody who's really good to go. If I may have to take 6 months, but I think everybody needs a season where they get themselves together and they grow and they become better at who they are and what they need to be. If you don't give them that room, because you don't even know what it's like to be a good person. You don't know what it's like not to be sleeping around. You don't know what it's like to be abstinent for more than 24 hours. So, you know what I'm saying? So you need you don't think so?
They need some counseling.
Oh my goodness.
They need some counseling.
So one session you in there?
No, because that's what I was going to say.
Yeah,
it depends on how long it takes that counseling to kick in. Some people, it may be 3 months. Some, it may be 6 months. Some may need a year or two. You just never know. But what
you said 3 months? I could take 3 months.
Yeah.
But there need to be time. You care bearing it. I think what we do is we lean on the grace of a person to forgive them and not deal with the character of who they are. Like, I want you to have a healthy relationship.
No, I'm all about dealing with the character.
Right. But you got to give them a window, though.
Yeah.
If we widowers need a window, you charlatans.
They know they need some time.
You streetwalkers.
But they need true transformation.
Yeah, but true transformation takes time.
It does. It
also takes a habit.
But it depends on the person. Oh yeah, it does depend on being consistent with what you're doing.
It has to be at least 3 months.
I just don't want to stick a time
out
there.
No, minimum.
Yeah. I ride that boat. I do agree with you on some stuff, and I
could you imagine somebody saying and hearing you say that? Oh, I did 3 days.
No, I didn't say 3 days.
I say 3 months.
Okay.
Somebody needs
in that area.
Okay. Oh my God.
In that range.
That's why people failing now.
But James, if you have rules. You have all these hard rules, like
especially for a man. I do.
Well, yeah, because you wanted to try to have them for women, and I was like,
No, I think women should have the same rules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't tell women
No,
what rules we need and we should have.
First of all, this is why we ain't getting no way. Y'all making it a battle of the sexes.
No, you make it that way. Don't try to put that over here. When you start stepping in our territory and telling us how we should be.
What's the difference?
We don't need you to tell us how we should be. You don't even know what it is to be us.
No. See, that's where I disagree. I want all the smoke on that. Just because somebody is a woman or a man doesn't mean that there might not be a process that they equally need to go through. If you've been whoremongering as a man or a woman for 6 months, I think you need 6 months of abstinence or 3 months of abstinence. Whether you're a man or woman, that's just everybody. And the moment I say that a woman should do that, oh, you shouldn't say that because you're not a woman. It don't have to do with you being a man or a woman. It has to do with the discipline of an individual because we're still human. I ain't say nothing about being in a cycle. I ain't say nothing about the emotional turmoil that women go through because I don't know anything about those things. But I do know human beings need to have seasons of a clear mind.
Whether and you're a man know that sometimes you do overstep in our lane and try to tell
what's the overstep?
You've had several. Don't try to put me on the spot, and I can't think of one right now.
I'm just saying
you've had some oversteps.
They're not oversteps.
Of trying to tell us the only how we should interact and how we should be. Listen,
this is where
we all have a past. We all come from something. All right, and probably some of the most beautiful women are those who have had a crazy past or just didn't know how to allow someone to love them or how to love another person just because they didn't have a role model, an example of how it's done. Okay, I'm talking about women right now. Okay. And sometimes they get caught up in these relationships and they go from relationship to relationship to relationship. And let me be clear, I didn't live like that. I didn't, but I do know people who did. And I know that it wasn't because they were loose or something was wrong with them. It was because they just didn't really know how to do it. And once they got some help, some counseling, I'm a big supporter.
We both are.
Yeah, for
therapy,
mental therapy,
counseling.
And after they realized and got to see it, and they realized it was a pattern.
Can I ask you one question?
And they changed. Let me say that.
Can I ask you one question, and then we'll probably have to make a part two. But let's just ask this tough question: do you think that there are times when a man says something that women might just be being defensive about it, instead of it actually just being logical enough for both sides to learn from?
I absolutely believe we can learn from men. I never said that.
So
what I was saying is when you pinpoint women.
When I pinpoint a woman in a certain particular, well, you know me well enough. I think it's for everybody. I think abstinence.
You have sometimes come for us. I just want to put that on the table.
But when I come for you, can it be that you got blinders on that you think I'm attacking you?
I don't have any blinders on.
See, see, that's what I'm saying. You automatically, if I said the same, because you do know I have said the same thing about men.
Yeah.
Then I said about
go right ahead. Speak on to those men. Go right ahead.
Right. But
I don't come over to men trying to tell them how to put their pants on.
But this is what I'm saying though. You a mom.
Yes.
I'm a dad.
Yeah.
There are times we have to tell both of our kids the same thing when they're wrong at. What I don't understand is when people get older, I'm trying to figure out what age this is when you no longer to say anything about what women should be doing and men should doing. No, we're human beings.
When you're talking to your children, it's different when you're talking to a grown adult.
So when does it change? If I see another young lady, we friends, and I'm like, girl, you messing up.
Okay, you friends.
Right.
You're on this broadcast. You're not friends with these folks. Okay. You're trying to tell women what they should and should not do.
So on a broadcast, I'm not allowed to say what I have seen women done in poor behavior at all.
You can use it as an example. What I'm saying is when you start dictating to us how it has to be. No. Absolutely
it's not a dictation. It's a suggestion. First of all,
sometimes it sounds like a dictation. Okay. Let me just say that.
Could your perception be your reality and it not be my fault? Are you serious?
It's you. It's you.
Okay. I'm gonna table it, but I'm gonna say this. I think it's unhealthy that we both can't look at each other's sides, even in this platform, and say, hey, as a woman, I think these are certain things that I've seen women do as a man, and I don't think it's healthy.
We can have that conversation. But I'm talking about
Let
when
me get the
James Taylor
specific.
Jr. is the only one
I'm
talking. Okay, go ahead.
I'm about to be very specific.
Okay.
When I make a suggestion that I've seen over the course of time in a woman, right? I should be able to speak. Because let's be clear, right? We have a lot of people in other communities. We have women, LGBTQ, older people, everybody specifically right now telling men what they need to do all the time. All the time. And it's considered okay. But whenever a man says a suggestion, it's a problem. And you know what that is? It's giving everybody else has the right to say something. But when I say something as a man, it's a problem. It's a suggestion, just like a woman makes a suggestion. Like one of the young ladies said the other day, she said, fathers need to be more stern about their men's sexuality. About, you know what I'm saying? As far as not sexuality, what's the word I'm looking for? How much sex they have and who they give their body to. They need to treat it the same way they do with women. And I told you, I made a whole video on that, right? You saw it. I posted it. If
I actually like that video.
Right. But if I was to say that about women, I'd get in trouble. Right?
You can say it about your children.
See how you?
But how you gonna say it about a grown person?
Now watch this. Now let me ask you this question. No, don't say grown person. Grown women, I can't say that. But you and I both know that both sides of the aisle need to do that.
That's why I said we can learn from each other. I'm not saying we're.
But I'm not allowed to say it though.
You can say it when it's properly said, and when I'm
who
saying
determines
is
it when it's proper?
When you're not dictating to women.
Who says I was dictating? You say it's dictation, but I don't consider it dictation.
Oh, read your comments. A couple of women thought that it was you going a little bit off course, and I agreed with them. Some of them might not be bothered by it, but here's my thing. I think we're teaching kids to be independent, strong, think for themselves, especially women, because we know the history hasn't been as friendly to women to be independent, strong, and have their own voice. If we're teaching them that, to do that, then of course, as a parent, I would want my daughter to listen to her father. But she doesn't need another man out there to tell her how she should present herself or how she should act or who she should date and how she should date.
Okay, two things. You could be wrong. You could be wrong. No, that's not the argument.
That she doesn't need that?
No. I'm saying there might be times you give advice and you could be wrong. And then the man could come in and say, yeah, I don't agree with that. He could be right. Because we've shut the door on that you're not allowed to say anything because you're not a woman. Just like prime example, I said to you, clear as day, a woman being modern wanting a traditional man is tough. And he was like, oh no, James, because you like that, da, 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 da. I just gave you a basic scenario. We didn't even get into it. And it was automatically a defense. What I'm saying before you cut me off.
It's your show.
Look, I'm
the guest.
If it wasn't, you'd be okay. No, but I want you to be yourself. What I'm saying.
Otherwise, I'll be saying, engineer, turn his mic off.
Wow.
I'm just
kidding. So what I'm saying is it should come from a man to say to a modern woman, hey, traditionally, this is how we men operate. I don't think you might want to go down that route because most of us men gonna feel this way. We're gonna do that. That doesn't take away from her as a woman. It's warning her about the way we think. Just like a modern woman, I would never come and tell a modern woman how to do something, which I don't have a problem with somebody being modern. You know, I'm still gonna take care of you. Modern, whatever you want. I don't do 50-50. I'm gonna let you live your dream because I think men hold women back way too much. But what I'm saying, and I wrestle with that too, I think women allow some men to hold them back too as well. Does that make sense?
We're over our time.
Wow.
No, because I really have something to say, but are we over our time? Because I saw
we're over our time.
Okay, we are. Okay. All right. Well, I'll be back because you said something that was like a little trigger for me. And that's that modern that stuff.
But I don't even like the word.
Yeah.
I think it's called cost of living. Everybody got to work. Why are we calling it modern when everybody got to work? Like, why are you mad as a man that a woman works?
Okay, we'll talk about that. Okay, we'll talk about that because you said a couple of things I need to address, and I don't want. First of all, I want to clear up when I said my daughter is still what we consider a child, because I mean, she's not a child, she's a young adult because she's in
Mhm.
college. But I'm saying her father is a great role model for her. And at this age, we don't need anyone else trying to speak into that and tell that.
I
So when
get
she
that.
meet a guy, now when she becomes a woman, we want her to be strong and confident in who she is. That still does not mean she can't learn. We are forever learning on this journey called life. And yes, we can learn from men. Yes, we can learn from women. I say that all the time. Yes, of course. I mean, we go to church, we learn from the pastor. We go to school, we learn from the professor. I mean, we're constantly learning, and in order to grow, we have to learn. So I'm not saying that she doesn't need anything else after that. But what I'm saying is, while she is under our care, we'll speak into her. Mhm. Yeah.
Well, as you can say, not say, as you can see, I'm just going to end there because I'm really not running nothing right now. You know what I'm saying? It might be my show.
Might be your show, but no. Well, thank you for having me. I had fun. I knew it would be special because you are. And so that's one of my little,
yeah, okay.
my little digs.
My
Okay.
little dig,
But
okay.
no, I enjoy your show, and I'm honored to be here with you today. Thank you.
Yeah, this is good. We do need to finish this conversation though. There's a lot of holes in your content, and so
Okay. Mhm. Yeah, because we didn't even get to talk about that situation with the
what situation?
we'll hold that one. Go ahead.
Okay. Oh yeah, that situation. Okay, all right. Yeah,
Yeah.
we need to talk because I definitely know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about on that
Yeah.
situation.
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Listen, y'all, thank you for listening to the James Taylor Jr. podcast with the great host Tiffani Hall. She'll be back to get me on the straight and narrow, as she would say. And one of the things I do want to encourage you before I leave, it is right. It is our opinions, and we do want you to make the decision. I would encourage you to first go to your family. And if your family's not healthy, go to somebody that's a mentor, somebody wise that can guide you. I also would like to say that relationships are not a group project. I could say something that I think all women need to hear, but at the end of the day, I don't know all women. She could say something that she think men need to hear, but she don't know all men, and not everybody's wired the same.
Amen.
So I just want to
love that.
encourage you in that. But I am right a lot, and she is wrong a lot. And so
He was doing so well.
I'm just
He was doing so well.
I'm joking.
And then encourage people to go get therapy
Therapy.
and help.
Mhm.
And you can do that. It's okay to do that outside the church. Okay.
Yeah,
It's okay.
I think you shouldn't go to church.
Yeah,
with
me
that.
too.
Some
But
of them
I didn't
people
want to
not-
get. I didn't want to just say it, but
the fees are lower.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry.
the fees.
The fees are low if you go to a real therapist. Anyway, listen, man, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Remember to love, praise, service, share. You can do that any and everywhere. Have a great day.